Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena, and in today's video we're going to be sewing up a 1950s suit, and the occasion is I am going to be signing on my very first solo home. I've been a homeowner for, well, maybe a decade now, but since going through the divorce I will be signing on my own. And this is a huge step for me, and the best way to mark such a monumental event is to make a special suit. So if you're interested in seeing me sew up this project, go ahead and like and subscribe, and now let's get into the video. For today's pattern, we're going to be sewing up McCalls 8179, and here are the materials on the right side of the screen. Now, if you're a longtime viewer, you might be thinking, hey Serena, this looks familiar. In fact, you would be correct, because I did make this suit for the signing of my last mid-century house, essentially the house that kind of blew up my channel and made my brand what it is today. So if I'm starting over fresh, why am I recreating the suit that I've already made once before? And I wasn't going to, but then a couple of things happened. First things first is I have a tradition where I always make a outfit to match the year of the house that I'm purchasing. Well, ever since I learned how to sew anyways. And so with the house being built in 1950, I needed to find a suit pattern that was of the same age. However, I was having a really hard time finding a suit pattern that was exactly 1950. So I went with this pattern, which I think is 1951 or 52. So pretty close. Second, I'm pretty sure I probably could have found something else in my stash that could have worked. However, I had my stash spread out between two different storage units, and finding the patterns and the supplies that I need to get anything done since I moved out of my old house has been a bit of a nightmare. Third, I was posting a couple reviews of past projects that I did at the house as a bit of a reflection of all the hard work and the skills that I've collected over the years. And a lot of people reminded me that that was just practice, and in our sewing world we would call that muslin. That was just practice, and this time it would be so much better. So after months, I don't want to say months, that sounds a bit dramatic. After about a month of racking my brain and trying to find a pattern that's exactly 1950, I decided, with that thought in mind, that the first time was just practice and I'm going to do so much better, that I should actually recreate that suit. And not necessarily because I didn't do a good job the first time. It's just I know so much more this time. There were some things that I did in the first suit that I would never repeat. First of all, choosing the right fabrics. The last time I did not have a good understanding of what wool was in synthetic fabrics, so I accidentally purchased a wool blend when I wanted actual wool. So it was very bulky and it just didn't look very nice. I didn't know how to do a sway back adjustment, so there was a lot of extra fabric on the back of the suit. This time I know how to do that, so I made those changes. The fabric that I used in this suit was a cotton linen blend, so it's much lighter and better suited for this pattern. This style of garment is considered a two-piece dress or a soft suit, so there is not a whole lot of structure in this garment, as in you don't have a lot of hair canvas, and you don't have, well, shoulder pads are optional. In this case, I did not go with shoulder pads, although I usually do, thus making this a really good introduction to suit making, or at least I think so, because this was among the first suits that I made when I was first starting off, and made me feel a bit more comfortable when I went to working on some more structured suits, which I will link below if you want to check out those videos. A few design elements that I really adore on this pattern is the double collar, which means it has a detachable collar, and you can make that out of a contrasting material. And you also have a dagger style cuff, which is also contrasting, and I made that out of the same material that I used for the collar. To make it detachable, you just add a bit of bias strip to it, and then you hand stitch that down. So I use loose whip stitches, which you'll see closer to the end. So that way, if I want to remove it, it doesn't take very long, and also attaching it quickly done as well. Like most of my projects these days, I was in a hurry to finish this up, and I think with a little bit of self-reflection, I think that I've been doubting my creative abilities lately more than ever before. Not necessarily because I doubt if I'm capable of doing a good job, but I just really don't know what to choose between the fabric and the patterns, and I've gotten a lot of frustration built up off of having a hard time purchasing things that I already know that I have in storage, and it feels so wasteful. So I think that all of those things combined has made it very difficult for me to start a project, and by the time I get started, I am usually running out of time to get it done. So something you don't see often on my channel is the serger. I did not have time for fancy French seams, and in this case I wouldn't necessarily French seam a suit. I would do some sort of a bias binding finish and or line it, but this one did not call for a lining, and every once in a while I'll just draft my own little lining to put in there. But in this case, we were moving quickly. Also, it's very hot out, so the reason I chose this fabric was to be able to wear a suit in the summertime, and I needed it to remain as breathable as possible. So apart from serging the seams, I did all of the hems with some hem tape, so it is really pretty on the inside. And I did do some alterations to the skirt because this pattern is quite small, I would say, so I had to do quite a bit of altering to size it up while also making sure that it suits my proportions well. I used twill tape for the waistband in the jacket because of course I wanted to make sure that I protected those seams since it does have like a waist seam for the peplum. Now here I am, morning of signing, and did I complete this piece? No, I did not. I was having a really hard time deciding what buttons to use. Again, I've been telling you that I've been struggling with decisions lately, so I saved them for last. Usually I would do bound buttonholes, but you usually have to know what buttons you're going to be using in order to do that. So I just did regular worked buttonholes, which means I had to cut the buttonholes open. I made a mistake and cut through one of the buttons this morning because I just had so much on my mind. I wasn't paying attention and I didn't end up cutting straight. So I had to hand fix that buttonhole, and then after this, I sewed the buttons onto the other side. Usually I wouldn't do such a thing, but I could not really sleep, so I was up extra early, so I had more than enough time to do this. Now here I am showing you how I tacked on the collar. It's the same way that I did the cuff as well. And now you can see the details of that cuff. I absolutely love this style of cuff, and this is the final look. I also had a matching belt. I am so happy with how this turned out. Although you can wear it another way with different accessories for the collar and cuff, I highly doubt that I'll ever take them off and or change them because this is exactly what I wanted it to look like. I would love to finish off this look with a hat. I did not have access to all of my hats, and I just didn't have time to make a new one, so I'll probably do some experimenting later so I can style this suit in many different ways. I can't thank you all enough for your patience while I figure out my life, and I haven't been uploading as much as usual, but I am appreciative of your support. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and leave a comment down below. Send this video to someone you think might be interested, and if you'd like to support me any further, you can leave me a virtual tip over on Ko-fi or become a bobbin over on Patreon. We would absolutely love to have you. Links down below.